On this vote, the yeas are 216, the nays are 210. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
An historic moment. For the first time in the history of the United States, the Speaker of the House has been removed. For those paying attention at home and trying to understand why it's not a 218 vote count, it requires a majority of those present and voting. There are 426 people present and voting, 426, which means that you need half plus one, and that would be 214 votes. And they have the yeas to remove Speaker McCarthy are 216. It is a resounding defeat for Speaker McCarthy, with 8 of his fellow House Republicans, including Congressman Matt Gaetz, who led this effort, leading the charge to join the Democrats to remove him from power. Let's listen in if they are they talking right now?
Pursuant to Clause 8B, 3B of Rule 1, is the Honorable Patrick T. McHenry of North Carolina. Signed sincerely, Kevin F. McCumber, Acting Clerk.
Pursuant to Clause 8B3 of Rule 1, I will now act as Speaker pro tem. The Chair will inform the members of the House the following. The office of the Speaker was rendered vacant pursuant to the adoption of House Resolution 757. Upon a vacancy in the office of Speaker, Clause 8B3 of Rule 1 provides that the next member on a list submitted by the Speaker, pursuant to the rule, acts as Speaker pro tem until the election of a new Speaker, and bestows the authorities of the office of Speaker upon the Speaker pro tem to the extent necessary and appropriate to that end. In the opinion of the Chair, prior to proceeding to the election of a Speaker, it would be prudent to first recess for the relative caucus and conferences to meet and discuss the path forward. Accordingly, pursuant to Clause 12A of Rule 1, the Chair declares the House in recess subject to the call of the Chair.
An angry gaveling down by the man named as Speaker pro tem, meaning he is the temporary Speaker of the House, that is Congressman Patrick McHenry, a Republican from North Carolina, a close ally of Kevin McCarthy, who is no longer the Speaker of the House. Let us go to Manu Raju, who is outside the House chamber. Manu, a devastating day for former Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who told reporters that the 15 rounds he went through of balloting in January taught him how to govern. Apparently not so much.
Yeah, he thought he was able to get his various warring factions together through that whole process. But as we saw, it devolved over just a handful of members within his own conference were furious at his decisions, including to keep the government open by relying on Democratic votes. They have a sharp disagreement over spending levels and some personality conflicts as well. But given the narrowness of this House Republican majority, Kevin McCarthy was captive. It was essentially isolated within his own conference, given the opposition within his right flank. He knew full well that a handful of members could upset his plans at any given time on any party-led vote. He had initially calculated to try to align himself with those members on the far right, but at times when simply needing to do the basic essence of governing, whether it's raising the national debt limit or keeping the government open, he needed Democratic support. There's a Democratic Senate and a Democratic White House. That is something that those members on the far right of his conference simply would not accept, which is why he has met this fate, a historic vote, first time ever removed from the speakership. Now the House is in a complete state of paralysis. There will be a vote eventually, either tonight, maybe tomorrow, to name a new speaker. That is a bit unclear at the moment. And it's also unclear what Kevin McCarthy will do. Will he put himself up as a candidate for speaker? He has said for some time that he will fight, he's ready to fight, but does that mean he'll actually be a candidate? That is a major question at the moment. And can anyone get 218 votes in this bitterly divided House and this bitterly divided Republican conference? A lot of these members who are aligned themselves with McCarthy want him to fight. They don't want Matt Gaetz to win this round right here. So there are a lot of questions about all the next steps here, Jake. But one thing is clear. This is a historic moment here in the House, and a very, very angry members of the Republican conference here emerging, wanting to know how to go forward and worried about their own political hides, worried that they could lose the House given the leadership crisis they are now facing, Jake, as they try to pick up the pieces. Jake.
Manu, are we expecting to see Congressman McCarthy come out anytime soon?
We are expecting him. He's expected to walk out this way towards his office. We'll try to ask him a question as he does come out. So we'll see, Jake, in just a matter of minutes, whether or not the speaker, now former speaker, wants to weigh in and whether he will detail his plans in the days ahead, Jake.